And it's spinning, right?
As Charles Woodson would say, Raiders! Yeah.
Yeah, that's always good stuff. Hey, welcome to the Raiders Last Call Show with me, my host, Jason Downs. As you notice, Jeff's not here. Jeff's going to be at the, this is called a special report. Jeff's going to be there at the Al Davis Memorial. So he will come live in probably a little bit when it starts. We'll see some footage. Hopefully, we'll see a good reception. So, in any event, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome. Jason, how you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. It's day before kickoff. Got the juices flowing. Got to watch our rivals play last night. Kick up a little dust for us, and let's get ready to go. It's Shake New England.
Okay, so we have people who are in the chat already. Let me go ahead and see what's going on. Mr. Pena was in here. I know he's still there, but Mr. Pena, welcome. Always welcome. Always welcome. Who else we got here? We got this guy. I don't know why he's here, but he's here anyway. Mark. What's up, Mark? Thanks for coming by, brother. Let's see who else we got. Well, you know, Jeff will be here. He's like going to do live broadcasts from is it Brockton? Massachusetts, where they're going to put his flag at. So he's going to come in here live. Going to pop in and out. So, no fear. He said, if it's like Ray Chris. Thanks, so I appreciate it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit all the channels. Jason got his own channel started. Go ahead and watch on his channel too. Get subscribed. The like buttons, because it does help us out. We're getting started. This is the only one show that me, Jason, and Jeff do with Jason. Good guy. Knowledgeable guy. So, with that being said, what's on your mind, Jason?
What's on my mind? Well, just to follow up on what you were talking about just now in the link in the chat, I put our links for our YouTube channels up in there. Hit those links. They're also going to be in the bio everywhere. If you need to, I can probably send you a postcard with the links on it. Just let me know.
Make sure a special invitation only with the laces around there and the calligraphy and all that stuff. That's right.
Oh yeah, cursive writing. They don't even do cursive writing anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do cursive, but they don't do calligraphy no more like they used to.
Calligraphy.
So the radio already has broadcast for the prediction for the game 145-13. You know, if the Raiders get to close to 100, they're gonna call the game.
Running clock.
It's a little Raider Paul. Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome, Raider Paul.
This is a special edition to we usually do show late at night, but there's some special things going on today. So, like I say, Jeff will pop in when it's time. So, right for now, it's me and Jason hosting the show.
Salute Jelly Roll. Man, I wish I was Jelly Roll.
I'll tell you as a compliment, I guess. I don't.
I would. I
He's
would.
got some
I like his
tattoos.
bank account.
You can see I put some tattoos on your face. You'll be all right.
I,
So while we're here waiting for the ceremony to start, any big news?
well, the good news is our injury report is clean going into this game. We got a clean injury report going in. Even better news is the one guy that we fear could shut down Brock Bowers, not playing.
Not playing.
Hammy. Not playing. So good old number 89 is going to get the wheels juiced up, get them all dialed in. It's like, bring it on now, because there ain't nobody else on that roster that can stop him.
Sue OG, how you doing, brother? I ain't seen you in a while, man. What's going on? But you know what? That's not the only news. That is not the only news. Let me go ahead and talk. I'm going to put this up.
All right.
You want to go ahead and say what you're going to say? Because I got to bring this up.
I've been so busy, I haven't been keeping up on anything.
Okay, so look at that.
Yeah.
They signed Justin Shorter to the active roster, signed wide receiver Philip Dorsett to the practice squad, placed wide receiver Amari Cooper on reserve retire list. So we signed a guy to a contract, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And we all ecstatic. It was split. You know, some people were happy, some people wasn't. It was split.
What's up?
But he comes in here. So right now, looks like he's going to retire as a Raider.
Yeah. So yeah, we retain his rights when he's on the reserve retired list like that.
Yeah.
You know, I the Amari Cooper thing, I haven't been live since all that catastrophe happened. I've been in the chat. I've said my piece with the chat. I didn't when we made the signing, I was like, yeah, okay. I'm not mad at it, but I'm like, I'm not thinking he's gonna. Oh, we signed Amari Cooper. He's gonna change everything. We're gonna be deadly. Not pump the brakes on that real quick, you know, because we saw what Amari Cooper was doing for the last couple years. You know, especially in Buffalo with Josh Allen as your quarterback, and it wasn't very productive. So I just thought, we'll pump the brakes on that a little bit. Can he help us? Hey, man, you come in and get us 40, 50 receptions for the season, maybe 500, 400, 500 yards, couple TDs. Great, not a problem. Just as long as you're there when we need you, you know what I mean, type thing. He decides. I started listening to people, you know, the media watching him pregame, you know, his pre-practice and things like that. They were not impressed.
Yeah, I was saying things. He looked that well out there anyway.
Yeah, and you know, and I know, and everybody else in Raider Nation knows that Amari Cooper, just his just his physical expressions, it always seems like he's not happy, no matter what he's doing. Even in college, he was like that. He was like, you know, and some people are, you know, I mean, what's his name that played for the Colts? Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison was kind of the same way. He would go out and he'd cut your throat out on the field, but off the field, he was like, you know, just wasn't real talkative or anything like that, which is fine. That's your personality. But with him, it always seemed like he was mad. You know, like it was like
he didn't seem inspired. He didn't seem like motivated a lot.
Man.
You know, we played a game. You know, me and I had like 7 catches for 105 yards and a TD. But then when he come to interview, like, yeah, boy, no, dude. You know, it wasn't like he like pumped up to me.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
Oh, cider maker whiter, come on, bring it.
Yeah, the Cyrus in too. Yeah. Like, yeah. Uncle Cooper always looked like he just ate a lemon. Yeah, he did. He didn't look happy. No, James, I tell you what. Give me $5 million, you know, shit. Give me $5,000. I mean, $50,000 a year. I'll go out there and be happy as hell. $500,000, hey, I'm 50, 500, $5 million. I'll go out there and catch every ball I could, man. If I didn't get a catch that game, I was like, yeah, popped up. We won the game. But no matter if they win or lose, he doesn't seem too happy. They're like, it seems like, you get those jobs, when you're working, you go to school, you learn certain things, and you go to higher education, learn certain things, and then you get a job that you hate. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I had a conversation.
He was studying to be a mechanical engineer, but then he got a job at a carpentry job that he don't want to do. So that's what it seemed like to him. Same field, but he like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So those are in the chat. Thank you guys, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take this. This is going to be a special day with the Al Davis Memorial. And then later on the same channel where we will be broadcasting from Blake's Tavern from the Black Hole. Well, hopefully, if all goes well, Jeff can participate with us and bring in some other Raider likes. We don't know. There's nothing scheduled on who's going to come in, but you never know who might show up on the camera that's going to be there at that Black Hole party. Mm-hmm. It's going to be, they're expecting 200 to 300 people. We already know some of our content creators, some of our friends and fellow people out there in the YouTube world are already there. They're planning to be at that event. And so we might get them on here. You never know. It might be a content creator or we might have a player or somebody from the Raiders media personnel that shows up and we can get them on the camera for a few minutes. When we do that, those of you that are in the chat, get your questions out there, man. Get us the questions because we're going to take you and put you in the Black Hole party with them.
Like I said, it might be some special guest content creators. We'll wait till the thing come up and talk and live. So just stay tuned for that. I don't know exactly what time it starts, but yeah, shout out to Sonia, the biggest Brock Bauer fan there is in history.
I don't know.
She is. That's why she here. Bro. You see her. She's an icon. She's a Georgia fan. Yeah. So she loves her some Brock.
Right on. I like Georgia.
All right, Sonia, what? You love some Brock Bowers. And I want Brock Bowers to have 8 catches, 109 yards, and 2 TDs tomorrow.
That'd be good. That would be good.
Okay, Sonia? That's what I want.
Tell
me what you want, Sonia. Put in the chat. Tell me what you want. And then my boy, I'm not Bueno. Why is nobody on my channel? Bueno, baby.
He's on your channel?
No.
Well, if you don't want him, I'll take him. Anybody, you don't want him, I'll take him.
He's still probation. You don't know. He's still probation. So you got Romano. He got to the next the second game of the season. So you got probation. I'll put it back on there.
I filed the appeal with the appropriate people. We're taking Bueno off of probation. Bueno, Raiders first downs. Go ahead. I'll leave you.
Yeah, well,
let me get you in there and mod you up.
See, that's proof of pudding right there. Someone said, that's my boy. I told you that's why she's here. Let's see, what, man. I was kidding, boy. I always mess with you. Bueno is my dude, man. He's my number one guy, man.
Yeah,
I want to make him a managing moderator if you stay on my channel long enough. But anyway.
Yeah, and he'll plug it into his refrigerator.
Oh, PM Mark. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Mark. So I know PM Mark. You always on my channel, dude. I'm gonna have to take Bueno's moderation and give it to you because you're good. That's what he knows.
Yeah.
And so the OG. Yeah, guys, I was just playing. I like to make fun with that. You guys watch any channel you want to watch. My channel, watch Jeff's channel, watch Jason's channel. As long as you watch one of our channels, you're getting Raider content, you're getting Raider talk, and we're going to talk everything good. Okay? What time does it start, I don't need to send me a time.
I believe, so it'll be 12 o'clock here, 3 o'clock there.
So it starts.
Yeah, so they should be on site by now.
Oh, yeah.
I'd hate to text him or try and call him on his phone.
I'll call this morning. He have his Dunkin' Donuts, man. He cursed me out like, dude, drink a Dunkin'.
That's something I was going to go get me one of those new strawberry freshers that they got at Dunkin' Donuts. Those look good. I know the ones at Starbucks are really good.
Yeah, see, that's Sonya, man. They're a Brock Bowers fan. Hey, so let me ask you a question. When the Raiders drafted Brock Bowers, were you a Raider? Did you like the Raiders then, or you like them now because they got Brock Bowers? This is a question I'm going to ask you. I don't think you ever asked that before because you always pop into me and Jeff's shows and stuff to say hi. We do appreciate everything you've done. You subscribe to our channel. And make sure to hit Jason, too. He's a Raider fan, too.
Who's a Raider fan?
You.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's that question. If you have time, just a quick question. There you go. See, that's what I like. I like honesty. She said I follow my boy. So Bob Bowers on Raiders, you're gonna follow the boy on the Raiders. So I like that honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Chewy's in the building. Chewy, you can be one of my special content creators when Jeff comes in. I will send you a link I'll text you a link. Give me a thumbs up if you want to come in. Not now, but a little later. Brock Bowers is a great kid. I mean, his interviews are just simple to the point. He's not a big hoorah guy. He's not a big showboat guy. He does his job. Goes in, go to work, get off, go home. That's kind of football player you want sometimes. You need the rah guy. You want a simple guy. So, good point. Okay. Time's it now. Let's take about 15 minutes of yeah, he's very down to earth. I agree. I was shocked when he picked him. Like, huh? But Brock Bowers was top 5 pick. Right?
When we picked him, I thought he was already off the board. When they made the announcement, I go, wait a second. Nobody picked him?
No.
Yeah. Right on. We'll take him.
Because it was a quarterback, it was quarterbacks, a couple of offensive linemen, and then Brock Bowers just fell on our lap. Because I want to get Penix, but linemen wouldn't screw us over. That was fine, whatever.
Yeah, I think if Penix would have fell to us, we wouldn't have taken Brock Bowers. Which at this point, I'm kind of glad it fell that way.
I think Brock Bowers. Now you think about it. Now you think about that pick. This is a generation tight end.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the guys. You know what? Be honest with you, I looked at the rankings of each player. Brock Bowers ranked in all tight ends.
Pretty much number 1 or number 2 in every category.
Is number 1 in all categories. Ranked.
Yeah, I think the only thing that hurt him was the touchdown receptions.
That's it. I think it was like
that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was
but to continue,
good.
Brock Bowers is from Napa, California, which is, in fact, I had 2 aunts. Two of my dad's sisters went to the same high school, Napa High School, which is where, if you've been a Raider fan for a long time, we used to train in Napa in the summer at a junior high school. And I got the chance to go a couple times to the training camp. And let me tell you, that was an experience. At this junior high school, I'll tell you what, this thing was about as big as a college. And then the Raiders would come in, and they had to have NFL caliber turf to play on. So they would come in, and they put all the turf in and all the amenities and the booths and everything. And it was a really nice setup.
Is that true? Brock Bowers' family is an Iron fans? That wouldn't surprise me since he's from Napa. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. I think their family was. I think he had an uncle that was a Raider fan or something. But for the core was Niner fans. I mean, and it just depends when your fandom started in California in the Bay Area. If your fandom started in the late 80s, early 90s, you were probably going to gravitate towards the 49ers because the Raiders weren't here. They were in LA. So a lot of those people that started to become football fans in the late 80s and early 90s in this area, they gravitated towards it. The ones that are still the core, is we were born Raider fans. I was born a Raider fan. The day I was born, I had no choice. There was no other option.
Yeah, Bauer's dad or uncle. I'm sorry, guys, on screen, but Bauer's dad or uncle, whoever it was, looked devastated. If Bauer's got drafted by us. Yeah, if they were 49 fans, of course they're gonna be devastated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. The Raiders tried to go back now, but I don't know exactly. I know they tried to go to LA last year when they abused that coach. They tried to block that. We won't let nobody go there and all that stuff. So
No, they did train in Costa Mesa last year.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
NFL.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off. All right, Sonia, thanks for popping in. Thanks for subscribing to both our channels, all our channels. You're welcome here anytime you like, Sonia. As long as Brock Bowers is on our team, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
And then we got our boy Furbo. Now, Furbo, I don't know where that Raider thing is. Hold on a minute. So I can find
I got
Raiders.
There you go. This is for our boy Furbo.
There you go.
Yeah, I see it now. I have to find it. Thanks for coming in. Are you on break or are you off today, Furbo?
Guarantee he'll call in sick tomorrow.
And so we got a guy named he's on the Facebook on I guess Jess or mine, I don't know. Radio Tony Bava, the Black Coast Spokane, let's go. Well, I'm a Black Coast 2, but I just don't have a chapter yet. But yeah, let's go. Thanks for that. Okay, so first we're going at 3. Like always, Furbo is the hardest working man on YouTube chat. Always at work. Always at work. No, it never fails. But hey, you know what? Gotta work. You gotta take care of your family, bro. That's what it's all about.
Want to get a shout out to Raider Tony Bava, new to me. I don't know if you're new to the channel, but new to me. Shout out to you. Welcome to the channel.
He's part of the Black Hole Spokane chapter.
Black Hole Spokane. All right, right on.
Since me and Jeff are the members of Black Hole, Jason, you got to do it.
I have a hard time with joining clubs.
It's not that big of a deal. But here's the thing. Sorry, I'm not going to put that up. Here's the thing. I'm a member of the Black Hole. It's not nothing big. I'm not a member of a chapter yet. So I'm thinking about starting, like Jeff said, do a nomad party where there's a nomad. We just all just part of this group and we check. And hey.
All right, we're gonna kick them out already.
No, you're not.
That's all we see is you.
Yeah, I know. Chill out. You put me up on stage right away. Don't blame me, fucker.
I didn't do it.
If you don't know what a boil is, talk to your number.
You can hear us, but we can't hear you, man. Oh, yeah. Okay. We got you.
Raiders.
Yeah. We can do that.
So how's it going out there, Jim?
Now he's muted.
No, he's showing pictures now.
Oh, we can see your shadow. Got no audio.
No, he's muted.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, the background noise is incredible. Hey, Jeff, if you can hear me, estimate how many people you have on site with you.
Do me a favor. Can you put that on there? I'm on live.
Yes, he's on his phone, so it's going to break in and out.
Yeah, make fun of my Chevron mic again. See what happens.
We just boot you out. We just boot you out like we always do.
That's fine. That's fine.
And Bueno, you know what?
And we will kick off this unbelievable event. Thank you.
Patriots handbag.
Keep working on it. We need it tomorrow too.
This tomorrow they did a special memorial for Al Davis and Dave Brockton, Massachusetts, and Jeff is there to do the memorial. The game will be tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern. So there's no game today. We lost connection.
Coming back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Shut up.
We hear the background more than you, though.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to set it all up. You guys don't stop. Damn.
My
You don't want to look at me?
Hi.
You want to get over there?
Yeah, I'm just going to set this up right here.
Who was it there, Jeff?
You're making up, right? Good. Good, and you? Started to it. I'll show you the crowd. Yeah. I can hear you fine. I got my earbud in, so I can hear you. This is the crowd right now. What's up, bro? There this guy. This is Mike from Raiders Against the World. I'm my right hand man all weekend, man.
You did good. You there, Nation. Amazing, awesome.
I like my content like I like my meat raw.
That was inappropriate.
I like a raw steak, man. Nice medium raw. Just salted it.
Put me on. All right, you get your two ugly faces off. Put this on full screen so they can see. So you guys are way off on the left. Because I can't see it. It's too small.
Oh, shit. Now I'm trying. Wait a minute.
Just click on it and then click full single camera.
I wanted you to talk with me with him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, photographer.
There you go.
That's the B-roll right here.
You haven't seen this yet, have you? Fabian.
Go, baby!
New flag, baby. Look at that.
New England chapter.
Yep.
Stand behind that.
No, I'm not.
Ah, poor bastard.
You can't talk like a New Englander and be in a Raider.
One always upgrades in a relationship, but we know who that was.
There we go. Think him nice. Excuse me, I'm live right now. So. Oh shit! Guess what? Hold on. Jim Plunkett's it.
No, he moved.
Is that Tony? Tony! What up, Tony?
Over here, Justin.
He already knows.
Yes. My wife here. Wow. 49, huh?
There he is. There's a legend right there.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah. Thank you. So where's my money?
How you doing, brother? Good. What's up? Can you hang on to that for me? I gotta set this back up. Excuse me.
Steve, watch out. He's coming behind you.
So, Jeff, while you're setting this up, if you can hear me, how did
Yeah, I can
everything
hear
go
you.
so far? How did everything go so far?
It's been great. We put together last night's party like in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of a impromptu.
So like the wife was driving home from Boston, and I was on my phone doing up a flyer for it. Got it over to Raider Will from Colorado, and then Mike from Raw, and they started sending it out to everybody. The chance to plunk it right now, Hall of Fame. So I just want everybody that can see all those kids over there? See all these kids? This is the youth football team in the city of Brockton. They're called the Brockton Raiders.
Right on.
So they're here also along with all the other dignitaries. That's the mayor standing at the podium right now. I haven't seen Mark yet. I don't think he's arrived yet.
If you were to have a head count, about how many people do you think is there right now?
Oh, a couple hundred, easily. Definitely a couple hundred people.
Yo, I almost made it time, right?
Anybody in the chat got anything for Jeff before we get rocking and rolling?
You're gonna have to read it to me because I can't see what they're saying.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that.
He's coming. My brother's pocket.
So there's Jim Plunkett again. Talking to the mayor.
Yeah, if anybody's got any in the chat, got questions for Jeff, type them out. I'll get them to him.
Not talking to coach. Yeah. So back home, we had a team, and they were flying Irish. We tried to do a goal, and Notre Dame, and they said they're going to sue us. Yeah, do it. Oh, wow. We had to change the color. Everybody going to have a flat jersey.
Now, Jeff, do you have that on a tripod? On a tripod?
Yeah, it's small tripod.
To answer your question, Dixie Snyder, Jim Plunkett is just on camera. I don't know if you saw that.
It's sitting right there.
That's the whole thing.
It's just cut off. Yeah, him and his wife are here.
Hollywood.
I'm going to stand in front of people. Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
Nate would be here with me, but I didn't realize he wasn't on the bus. So now I feel like a complete jerk. He never made the bus. I thought he was on. And all of a sudden I get a text from him. He goes, "Hey, we're here. We're waiting." I'm like, we're already traveling into Massachusetts already at this point. I'm like, oh, yeah.
World record.
Missed the
Right there,
bus.
Brian Fowler. Yeah. There's Brian Fowler's here. There's Brian. Hey, Brian, say hi. I'm live right now.
Hey, that's Captain Jack.
Yeah,
Hey,
Captain Jack's over there. There's Hollywood. Cap's right here in front of me.
Captain Jack.
Yeah, go ahead. Cap, you want to say anything? We're live right now on my show.
Live. Why aren't you here? With due respect, because this man is overdue for his respect.
Missed the flight, Captain Jack. Missed the flight.
I think so. I don't know. No. I don't know. No, I don't think I don't know.
Oh, he's autographing the kids and stuff.
These two?
Oh my God, yeah, but these are real metal. I just put one on my wrist.
Don't hug anybody.
Drink a beer. At the Ravens game, I was getting all crazy when we beat them. Almost took some lady's eye out. It was a Ravens.
Yeah, funny. There's a lot of news stations there too.
Hey, babe. Hey. Steve. I sent it to Justin. He goes,
What's going on? Got all my all the people from the chapel, all the members
Hey,
are here. That's Andrew, Jim,
Hey, we got how?
that's Dave. Huh?
How long?
Is he?
somebody else is here.
Number 74.
Oh, yeah, I see him. Yeah, yeah. Mark Davis is here.
Mark Davis just showed up. Yeah, he's over there. See that tree? He's just behind that.
I don't like this picture.
You know, when Al Davis used to show up at the stadium at the upper concourse, it was the same type of crowd that would be around him.
Huh? What are you doing? I just looks like he's taking pictures and talking to people. I don't know if
And
you guys
the
can see
cool
him
thing
or
about
not.
it is the Raider fans were reluctant to get too close. We kind of policed ourselves when he would show up to the stadium and he would
You see him now?
Let's go! Just win, baby! Just win, baby!
Good afternoon, everybody. What a special day in the city of Brockton, Massachusetts. Today we honor a Brocktonian. And as we said many times, once a Brocktonian, always a Brocktonian. So today, my name is Robert Sullivan. I am the mayor of the city of Brockton, the city of Massachusetts that is known as the city of champions. And today I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank Mr. Mark Davis for being here. We're going to give him a little goodie bag from the city of Brockton. So at this time, I'm going to ask us to please stand. We're going to salute the American flag. We're going to kick this off with a Pledge of Allegiance, please. To the left over here is the American flag. The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
We're actually going to have Deacon Mark Henderson please come to the podium. He is the unbelievable father. He traveled the distance. He's a great Raiders fan, but he's also the dad of Courtney Henderson in my office, who you'll hear from in just a minute. Deacon. Deacon. And aboard, Dick.
This truly is the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice to be glad in it as we celebrate with dear Al Davis in part of prayer. Lord,
Hey, Jeff, is there any way you can move the camera? All we're getting is an elbow of somebody.
Lord, I hope that something is said today that will motivate people to do great things in their lives. Al Davis gave people opportunities, minorities, women, in order to we succeed. And I hope that we take that in our own lives to help other people to succeed and succeed regardless of their circumstances and what race is among them. Just win bathing in some things like that. And what gives God all the praise and all the honor, and also the people that put this together. They all got to say, Amen. Amen.
Jeff, if you can hear us, if you can move the camera, all we're catching is
yeah, I know. You gotta give me a minute. They're doing
I
praise
know a lot of people travel quite a distance to come here today to the city of Brockton. And so, as someone that grew up in the city of Brockton, I just want to give you a couple of facts about the city of Brockton, because, again, it is a special place. Back in the day, we were the shoe capital of the world. We had shoe factories everywhere. During World War I and World War II, the GIs that wear combat boots, 90% of those were made here in the city of Brockton. Brockton has always been a city, a welcoming, inclusive, diverse city of immigrants. My own grandparents came here from Ireland to work in the shoe factories. My wife's from Italy to work in the shoe factories. And at the end of the day, we come together as a community of champions. So people say, Bob, why do they call Brockton the city of champions? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, Rocky Marciano, the only undefeated champion in the world, the Brockton Blockbuster, was from the city of Brockton. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the greatest middleweight boxer in the history of boxing from the city of Brockton. Sports has always been an integral part. Yeah, give Marvelous one a clap, please. But sports has always been an integral part of the city of Brockton. Franklin Sporting Goods started here in the city. We also had, at the time, it's no longer existed, but Stalin Dean, which manufactured footballs. My grandmother worked there and was a stitcher. If you go to a lot of these sports arenas around the country, you see W.B. Mason, right? They're always in the outfield, especially in baseball. W.B. Mason started here in Brockton in 1880 and still across the street, the corporate office. Thomas Edison came here for 2 years. This beautiful building is City Hall. To the left of it is a brick building. It's the Edison building. And Edison lived here for 2 years. And we are the first electrified fire station in the country here in Brockton that's still operational. First electrified movie theater, first electrified streetlight, all in Brockton. A really wealthy guy that made it big in the oil industry grew up in Brockton named Edgar Davis. And he actually made his money out in Texas, came back here. And he was the first department store Santa Claus in the entire world here in the city of Brockton. Frederick Douglass, the abolitionist, that would come to Brockton on High Street, which is now Frederick Douglass Way, to speak about the evils of slavery.
What's up? Cool, Cal.
There's a tree there called the Liberty Tree that Douglass himself stood at, and it's a piece of history here in Brockton. And I just, as a kid that grew up in Brockton, I'm just amazed that we would have Mark Davis, we'd have Heisman Trophy, two-time Super Bowl winner Jim Plunkett here in Brockton. So the connection of the New England Patriots and the Raiders was real. I do have to give a shout out to Mr. Kraft, Robert Kraft, because during the pandemic, COVID, we lost over 500 people to the deadly virus here in Brockton. And Mr. Kraft came there in the height of COVID and donated a truck that we used to go door to door to give vaccines to people. And I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it saved lives. So, the Raiders and the connection of the Patriots. And tomorrow is going to be a phenomenal game. But again, Jim Plunkett started his career with the Pats, and then he went to the Raiders and won 2 Super Bowls, right? How do you know? With the 75 of the Raiders. He went to Charlestown, Mass. as a Pats fan, and now he's in the Hall of Fame as a Raider. The greatest quarterback in the history of mankind, Tom Brady. 6 Super Bowls for the Pats, 1 for the Bucs. Now he's in the ownership group for the Raiders. So the connections are real, right? And when I grew up as a kid, and my dad was a teacher, my mom was a nurse, we didn't have any money. I couldn't go to a Pats game, but I love Steve Grogan. I love John Hanna. I love Stanley Morgan, but I love Jim Plunkett. Who else I love? Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson and Matt Lewis. I really, really, really just think that the connection is real. And when you come here today and you see these Raiders fans, they're respectful because they understand what Al Davis means. And he created, it's carried on by his son, he created not just a winning football formula, but he also understood what it meant to be inclusive and welcoming and diverse. The Deacon just shared with us some information, and it's something that we can all learn from. Al Davis, kid that grew up on Spring Street here in the city of Champion, he was the first GM to ever hire a black coach, a Latino coach, and a woman GM. he also was the first to ever draft a black quarterback in the NFL draft. So, he was way ahead of his time because he understands that it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter your background, financial services background, how much money you have in the bank. What it means is to be kind. We're in the people business. We wake up every day to try to make a difference, to help people. And that's why I am thrilled to see the next generation, our young Brockton Raider football teams here today. These kids are the next generation. I actually have to give a shout out to my office, my team, Courtney Henderson. She really put this together, and my chief of staff, Sydney Merrill. And we had a vision, and I never imagined that it would be this many people, and to actually have Mr. Davis and his team there. I just didn't think that would happen, but the timing kind of aligned, right? So, we're doing the game tomorrow, and I sent a letter, and I think his office called probably like the minute they opened that letter and said, yes, we'll be there. That speaks volumes to him and his team. But my team came together because of a gentleman that works for the Boston Bruins, and you'll hear from him, Keith Ritchie. Keith reached out to me about a half a year ago, 6 months ago. I didn't know the guy. He sent me an email, and he told me about Al Davis, and I said, let's have a Zoom. And we had a Zoom. We talked about the history of Raiders football and Oakland and LA and Vegas. Yeah. And at the end of the day, he said, could you do something before you leave? And I'm leaving as mayor in January. I've done 6 years as mayor, 14 years as a city council, 20 years is enough. It's time to pass the torch. But, I said to him, before I leave, I promise you, we will honor Al Davis. And that's what we're doing here today. Before you leave the city of Brockton today, I would humbly ask you to do two things. 2 streets away from here is an unbelievable statue that we put up last year for Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And then when you're leaving, you get back on the highway, Route 24. We have Brockton High School there. And Brockton High School is the largest public high school east of the Mississippi. When I went there in the 80s, it was 5,000 students. But what we have there is Rocky Marciano Stadium and Coach Armin Colombo football field. And I had the honor to play football in the 80s under Coach Colombo. He's in the Massachusetts Football Hall of Fame and winningest high school coach in the history of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. But there's a gift there from the World Boxing Council of Mexico, and it is the largest sports statue in the Northern Hemisphere. It's huge. It's unbelievable. Of Rocky Marciano. So it is worth a visit before you leave here to see those 2 iconic individuals. We're going to unveil our tribute to Mr. Davis in just a moment. But one last thing I wanted to say about football in Brockton. We've actually had a lot of graduates from Brockton High School go on to the NFL. There was a gentleman in the 70s named Ken McAfee. He was a tight end. He played for Notre Dame. He got drafted 3rd overall. I went to play for the 49ers and played a couple years in the NFL. And now he's an oral surgeon here on the South Shore, closer to Cape Cod. And when I played, we had a guy named Greg McMurtry. He was our wide receiver. And he went on to play the full ship like in Michigan. And he played for the Patriots and the Bears. And another guy, I had the fortune to play with a guy named Rudy Harris, running back, and he played for the Buccaneers. So there's a connection here to Brockton, to sports, to the NFL. And I'd like to say thank God to Al Davis and his legacy. So at this time, I'm going to have Courtney Henderson come up to the podium, followed by Mr. Ritchie. We'll hear a couple kind words from Mr. Davis, and then we will do what you're all here for, to see the unveiling of this unbelievable tribute to the man and the legend. Let's win, baby. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to stand here for you as we unveil the collaborative.
We're live right now, so if you're not talking, God, it's facing that way.
Commitment to civil rights and equality. It stands for the game of football. He helped change the culture in America. Through his actions, he opened doors for countless football players, coaches, executives, and creating opportunities where they didn't exist before. His vision of fairness and continues to take support and serve as a reminder of the impact one leader can make.
I don't know. I can look it up.
And to ensure that this honor to honor the legacy of Al Davis properly. Today we don't just honor him for his achievement in football, we honor him for the doors he opened and the path he cleared for so many of us to come after him. Thank you, Mayor Sullivan, for trusting me to put this together. Thank you, Mark Davis, for having me host this. It has been a true pleasure. Thank you.
Good job. Raiders.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the So yeah, I got Turf standing next to me right now. So
Yeah.
Nate's standing next to you.
Let's go!
I don't know. We should get the long sheet of paper like that.
Also, a lifelong New Englander, so it's always been pretty cool to me that Al Davis is also from New England.
Yes.
In 1962, the Raiders won just one game. The next year, they hired a 33-year-old Al Davis, the youngest head coach in league history at the time. He led that one-win team to 10 wins and only 4 losses and was awarded Coach of the Year.
Man.
Immediate success, and from there, the rest was history. 57 years with the Raiders. 16 consecutive winning seasons from 1965 to 1980. 3 Super Bowl championships, and forever enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But as impressed as I am with his on-the-field success, I'm even more inspired by what he did off the field. He was one of the great leaders of the 20th century. While the rest of the league did things one way, he did it his way because he chased what he believed in.
That guy's
The mayor
sitting down at the
mentioned
end,
some of the
holding
people
the
he hired,
paper up
while
to
the
his
rest
eyes.
of the
Cool.
league did opportunities.
It's from the new
Al Davis did because they were the best people for the job. And when the Raiders were scheduled to play in cities where black and white players weren't allowed to stay in hotels, Davis the Raiders,
can't picture.
he did it his way, even if he was the only one.
All right,
While the
so
rest
let's
of the league changes their
Thanks,
uniform,
Ryder. We'll talk to
changes
you
their
later.
logo, the Raiders logo, silver and black uniform, have both
Yes.
remained for over 60 years. You recognize the strength of their brand and how important that consistent identity was, not only on the field, but also as a business and for the community of fans. A certain self-awareness that other teams lack. When people say silver and black, just those 2 colors, you know exactly what they're talking about. Al Davis knew early on how important that was. And while the rest of the league has marketing departments who try to create catchy new slogans every few years, Al Davis organically said things which still live on decades later and have now become folklore. So while he dominated football games, he also became one of the great American leaders and also a sports business genius. His career could be a case study in college for best marketing practices. The Raiders are one of the few teams that don't retire jersey numbers, another conscious decision by this great leader, which further strengthens the team's first philosophy. No one is bigger than the Raiders shield. And also by honoring a few players, he would have been leaving out many others, which just wasn't his style. He loved all his players. Which brings me to my next point, perhaps what I admire the most. Nobody valued former players more than Al Davis. And the Raiders continue to do this today with hands down the most proactive alumni relations in the industry. And former players appreciated him back. In fact, 9 different Hall of Famers chose him to make their introduction speech. That's a record. No person has ever done that 9 times. He also respected opposing players. When superstar player Derek Thomas, who played for the Raiders' rival Kansas City, was hospitalized after a bad accident, Davis went to see him. Days later, he passed away. Davis paid for the funeral. The world needs more Al Davis.
Yeah.
Woo!
Now to lead, not just boss player, but human to human. And in doing so, he built a world-class sports organization. The Raiders are a model other teams strive to look like, and Al Davis built that foundation from scratch. And on a personal note, as I enter my 15th season working on the business side of pro sports, I strive to replicate his philosophy with my own team in Boston. The way Al Davis approached the Raiders is a blueprint of how to approach life. He was fearless, and he was just and it was against the authority. It's said that life imitates art, and life imitates sports too, and that's what makes these contributions so important. So I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you to Mayor Sullivan, City Mayor, Courtney Henderson, and the City of Brockton for honoring him today. And as a fan, I say thank you to Mark Davis and the organization for continuously keeping his spirit and his philosophies alive in the team today. And I hope that every time a Brockton Raiders youth football player walks by this plaque, they are inspired and reminded of how far a kid from Brockton can go. Thank you all.
Just win, baby!
So, Keith, that was phenomenal. I spoke to Keith just a little while ago. He said he was kind of nervous and he doesn't like the public speak. I think he just knocked it out of the park right now.
Yeah.
One other thing, again, is the #1 cheerleader for the city of Brockton. I have to say, I've never seen these unbelievable shoes that Jim Plunkett is wearing. That's where I started, here in Brockton, Massachusetts. You can't get away from Brockton.
I like Nike.
So I'm going to give the official mail citation right now to Mr. Mark Davis, the family. It's actually to the family of Mr. Al Davis. Mr. Davis, please.
Yeah.
Brockton official citation. Be it known that the mayor of Brockton hereby extends his congratulations to the family, Mr. Al Davis, and recognition of the unveiling of the Al Davis commemorative plaque at Brockton City Hall. The city of Brockton proudly honors Al Davis, a distinguished native son and legendary figure in the National Football League, for his extraordinary contributions to the game and to our nation's sporting history. As a visionary leader, trailblazer, and champion for inclusion, Al Davis broke barriers and helped pave the way for a more diverse and equitable NFL. His enduring legacy continues to inspire generations in Brockton and beyond. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present this citation to you, Mr. Davis, as a symbol not just of my appreciation, it's our collective appreciation. Those that are here and those that wish they were here. The citation is duly signed by myself, Robert F. Sullivan, Mayor of the City of Brockton, this 6th day of September in the year 2025. Mr. Davis. A couple of words here. Rocky Marciano, Marvin Edler, Al Davis. Brockton, City of Champions.
Yes.
My grandfather, Louis Davis, came here in the early 1900s. And with his wife, Rose, my grandmother, Rose Davis, had 2 children in Brockton, Massachusetts. Jerry Davis, 5 years later, Al Davis. So the genes and DNA of the Davis family resides right here in Brockton. And even further than that, it also resides in the Raider Nation. And I'm just so proud of Brockton and recognizing my father. It just means the world to me. And I look forward to going over and visiting his house in a little bit and seeing how it looks. But I want to thank everybody here in Brockton for recognizing him, and more so than the sports things, but the things that he did off the field. And I think that's the most important thing and the biggest lesson he brings. And I think a lot of that came from here in Brockton, Massachusetts. So I just want to thank you all, and I appreciate everything you've done. And I'm excited. So we are going to unveil the plaque, and it's an unbelievable plaque. But I want to just let you know what you're going to see today is a realistic example of what will be installed on Tuesday. The bronze plaque finishing touches are being done right now in Bridgewater, Massachusetts, right next door. They were going to have it done next week, and of course, we wanted to accommodate Mr. Davis and the Raiders and Raiders Nation being here for the Pats game tomorrow. So what you're going to see is
The Raider game tomorrow.
And, I didn't say win. I didn't say anything.
Just win, David!
But I also just want to let you know that we have larger than life size of the. We're going to show it right now, actually. I'm going to give this to Mr. Davis, and he can bring it down to Las Vegas. This is actually what you're going to see in a moment.
Nice. I need to go up and release them.
So when we decided to do this, I asked my DPW commissioner, Pat Hill, and his team, I said, listen, silver and black. We need to find black granite. I want this thing to be black granite. And they had to find it up in New Hampshire, but they found black granite. And then they were going to mulch around it. And I said, what are you doing? You're going to use brown mulch? Go black mulch. You have to use black mulch. So I think we dotted the I's, we crossed the T's. If you're a Raiders fan, you're going to be extremely, extremely happy with what you see. And again, I welcome you back here to the City of Champions anytime, absolutely anytime. It's an open door policy. We welcome you. We embrace you. But more importantly, we thank you. Today is a phenomenal day, and we'll go down in the history of the City of Champions. Thank you very much.
We're on the move. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be close. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, there's Nate now. Mark. Can't see the plaque yet.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, brother. Thank you. You're on phones. Want to get it? I'm backing out of here. Get out of the way. So, okay, buddy.
Just win, baby.
Getting out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, no worries.
That's killing me. I'll sit down for a minute. I'll talk to you guys. Can I start with you for a second?
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Right, yeah.
Hey, Peggy, how you doing? There's Miss Peggy sitting over there. See ya?
Just chilling.
I'm actually going to go sit over there with her. Hold on. We're live right now, so we've been recording the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta bring it in. Yeah, we gotta bring it in right now.
There we go. There's Peggy.
Hello. Raider Nation, it's a great day. Not only Brockton, but the whole world can recognize what a great man.
You guys took me off screen.
No, right there.
Peggy was talking.
I know, really. And the inspiration that he gives to people who are leading men and women in the 21st century. And I'm hoping that all of us can take an example. There's so many Raider fans here. I'm proud of all of you, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And all the New England guys, no matter what club. I love you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Miss Peggy.
Yeah, it's hot as hell here right now. It's so muggy today.
You just need to relax. You're working on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to back out, Chris, for a little bit. We gotta move and everything. So
I've actually got a ride. I promise.
Jay said.
So can anybody get on the bus?
Jay said interview Mark David.
no, because it's full. We don't have any room at all. We left two people. I can hear you guys. Hang on. Unfortunately, I screwed up and I left Nate behind. LV rated 10. He was on the show with us that night.
Right, that's right.
And he ended up taking an Uber up here, but now he's on the bus going back. So.
Oh, is he on the bus? Okay, because
Yeah.
he had a seat already. Yeah, I wrangled the way to get down the Providence because people were asking if the bus was over. Get down the Providence, long way.
Yeah, Captain's on the bus. Captain Jeff's on the bus.
Yeah, he told me he was there.
He's on the bus. Hollywood's on the bus. Mrs. Hollywood.
Yeah, we just had to ask him enough, but that's all right. You made accommodations for us, and we're very, very grateful. We really are for what you're doing. I just hope that this becomes joint effort.
Yeah.
And that, people can see their way through. And I'm going to tell Mark tonight. I'm going to talk to Mark. So y'all be at Blake's for 6 to 10, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we're going.
No, 5 to 9. Chris, well, I'm sorry, I'm lagging. I'm getting out for now. All right, I'll be back on later.
Okay.
All right, we'll be up on this. All
All
right.
right, later.
We're going to see you.
Shit, how do I get out of here off the phone without shutting you guys down?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
You know?
All right, Jeff. Jeff, before you go. Hey, Jeff, before you go.
Hurry up, Chris. What? I gotta go.
Raiders.
Who?
Jason's off.
He's here. He's on the back. He's over on the other side. I saw him.
I told it back.
Well,
I don't
we'll see.
You're all new.
Yeah, I'll be back on later on.
Is he coming on?
I'm trying to get out of here is what it is. I don't know how to get out of here.
I can show you.
Well,
that was okay. The noise was hard for me.
the noise was immense. But you know what?
Yeah.
With respect for a lot of Raider fans, that we make noise wherever we go.
Right. And I was talking about the wind and
Well, yeah, he's not a professional studio production, so he did the best he could. But I still appreciate you can hear most of what they were saying.
Yeah.
So
you can still kind of feel that as a Raider fan. I don't know about you, but like with me, I kind of had that.
Wait a minute, I'm a Raider fan. What are you talking about?
I don't know if you're a Raider fan, but I am.
Ain't that something?
I don't know about anybody in the chat, but just watching that, listening to that, and seeing that, it kind of gives you that little sensation in the back of your neck, like, oh, this feels so good. This is what we deserve.
Unlike you,
Davis deserves that.
Unlike you, I don't have two necks, so I don't have one. But I know what you mean. Al Davis was the NFL. I don't care what anybody says. He was the NFL. He brought everything together. He brought the AFL, which was at that time was more exciting football than the NFL was. The NFL was just run. It wasn't that exciting. AFL was exciting to watch those games. The pass down the field, the punt returns, the kick returns, the speed. Because nowadays, one thing he brought to the NFL was speed, not the old grinding out football. So he is the NFL, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he set the precedent on how the game was going to be played coming out of the 60s and going into the 70s. He really changed the landscape of how the NFL was played, not just the AFL, but the NFL too. Yeah. And the dogfight that he went through, especially a lot of that started when he was a scout. And he learned how to do that in college, at the Citadel, and then when he went to USC, and then when he came into the NFL and how he scouted, and a lot of trying to go after those NFL. He would actually go out to the college games, and when the college game would be over, he'd run out on the field and meet that player and try to develop that relationship with them.
Well, Al Davis was pissed the NFL off. He would take, like NFL teams would have this guy to be drafted. Al Davis wanted to know we're drafting him and brought him to the AFL. Brought a lot of these guys over because, these players want to play for exciting teams. Like back in the day, NFL would like to say, just run the ball. If they don't, I'm not knocking that. But then if you got a receiver coming out of, say, Alabama somewhere who wants to showcase his talent, where are you going to go? Not the NFL. You go to the AFL where they throwing the ball. So a lot of those things changed. Some of these coaches that were coming up, they wouldn't be considered an NFL coach because they weren't part of the NFL club. Out there say, shoot, you come to the NFL. Show your talents. And so he started a lot of trending upwards, and the NFL could not knock it because, wait a minute, they watch AFL games when they watch NFL games. So, he worked his magic and they merged. Jack says the Raider Shield is the nation. Yep. Nobody's bigger than the Shield. Just like the guy said, we don't retire numbers. There's no players above the Shield. We respect players. We bring them back as alumni, but there's nobody bigger than the Shield.
Yep. And a lot of the teams in the 70s and the 80s and into the 90s, they bought into that. No players bigger than the Shield.
Yeah, of course not. And to this day, nobody bigger than the Shield. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Antonio Brown. you're a good receiver, might be one of the top receivers in the NFL, but you're not bigger than a shield. No. And that's the mentality that they kept. Nobody's bigger than the shield.
Right.
I don't care how bad you are.
Well, the players that are coming out now, and you can see it in the college level now with this NIL stuff, is there's no loyalty. The player does not have there's no loyalty to the team. There's going to be loyalty to the paycheck and loyalty to the position and how they train. But as far as having loyalty to the franchise in and of itself, there's very few that have that. Players that come out and they get drafted by a team and they're loyal to that team. It's not happening anymore. So, and it kind of hurts in a way, when we're, especially our generation, Chris, when we drafted back in the day, we drafted players or we acquired players in the trade. They become part of the team, become part of the family, Now it's like, okay, Max Crosby, love him to death, but it's just not. And he wants to be a Raider. He loves the Raiders. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's not the same as what it was back then. And you could see it with Jim Plunkett, right? Today in the crowd. That's how our players were of our generation. They would walk into the crowd. And us as Raider fans would just treat them as part of our family. Not, like I run into Raymond Chester, Dave Casper. I sat right in front of Dave Casper at a football game one time. And all it was, we talked football. It wasn't, hey, can I get an autograph? Can I get a picture? And let me bug you. It's like, you're part of us here. You were out on the field. You're a legend out on the field, but you're also part of us, that fabric of what being a Raider really means. And it's not just a fan. It's not just a player. It's the Raider. The nation incorporates every bit of that.
And see, some people don't understand outside looking in. What's the Raider Nation? The Raider Nation is family. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. We all come and go. We want to see our team win, but we all family, basically. You're part of the Raider Nation, then if you're not a Raider Nation for life, then you're not really a Raider Nation person. You got to stick to the bad, to the good. We had a lot of bads in the last few years. Maybe we're going to start some good now. I've been through all that. So have you, Jason. We saw the ugly. We saw the bad. We saw the worst we could be. It's only one way to look. You got to look up now. But see, being part of a nation is all about, like I said, it's about that family. Because most teams don't do what we do. Bring alumni in, celebrate their triumphs. Even the guys that are really no names, you still see them.
Mm-hmm. They're still a piece of that fabric. They're every one of them is a thread in that cloth of being a Raider. Mm-hmm. Now I can tell you this. There are some people that don't want to consider themselves as Raider, and that's fine. Don't keep our name out of your mouth. I ask you, be polite about it. Keep your name out of your mouth.
The old saying, once a Raider, always a Raider. But there's some guys who was never a Raider to begin with.
Or you have Mr. Big Mouth himself, Mr. Moss, Randy Moss, yelling at the crowd because I'm not a Raider. I'm not a Raider. They're like, you played for us. I'm not a Raider. Okay, then keep our name out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. Be respectful about it.
Well, those are guys who were traded here and all that stuff who came here because they're on a contract. They have to play for us. I'm fine. That happens. Okay, if you want to be here, then it's fine. But don't go bad mouthing the team you play for, the team who paid you to play. Why are you bad mouthing us? So those are not true Raiders. I mean, we'll touch on Mark Cooper in a minute, but there are some guys who were here, like you said, didn't want to be here. Especially when they played in Oakland. They didn't want to be here. Although they got paid, they still didn't want to be here. Mm-hmm. Understandably so. No, not everybody is meant to be a Raider. It takes a special kind of person to actually be a true Raider. I can name one right now that should have been Raider when he got out of college. That's Richie Incognito. He was a Raider. He should have been a Raider a long time ago. Never got it. Romanowski, another guy, came late, but he was a Raider. You can tell those guys who have that Raider heart, that Raider, they don't bleed. They don't bleed red. They bleed silver and black.
Right.
You can tell those guys.
Yep.
And there's a lot of them out there, but there are a few who are just here for one thing: paycheck. Those are not Raiders to me. None of them are. Go ahead and say something. Lost in thought. Hey, Jason froze.
No, I was just listening to you. I'm just
I'm done.
kind
of. Yeah. So speaking of Raiders, we can talk about the Amari Cooper. What happened? If you want to.
Go ahead.
So, in case you guys didn't see what happened, Amari Cooper is now considering retirement. So, let's see here. So this was transpired. So, as you look at that, this happened on the 5th, yesterday. They signed Justin Shore to the receiving squad. Okay. Re-signed Philip Dorsett because when they waived him to a practice squad. Placed Amari Cooper on the reserve and retired list. So basically, he's going to retire as a Raider, which that's fine with me. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he's going to retire. We still hold his rights. That's what the reserve retired list is, and he will retire as a Raider if he stays true to that. I don't think he's coming back to the NFL at all. I think what transpired in the last week and a half with him participating with the team, going through the everyday work portion of what it takes to prepare for the season. There's some people that get to a point in their life and their career and their jobs or whatever, they hit a wall. Mm-hmm. And I think he hit that wall, and I think he hit that wall last year, not this year. And of course, he became a free agent after he was done with Buffalo. He became an unrestricted free agent, and there were calls. He even talked about it. His agent was getting phone calls from other teams, and there was actually other teams that had better offers than what the Raiders were giving him. But he still wanted to go to the right place where he can showcase his talent, and he also felt like he left something on the table for us when he left, and he felt, and just watching his, and I'm going off of his press conference. So, and we all know sometimes people say shit in a press conference. It isn't actually what's going on behind the scene. But in his press conference, he reiterated, I just feel like I left something. I felt coming back to the Raiders, I felt that if I come back and give something back to the organization that I took away from them when I left, then it would make his career more, it would solidify his career more and make him appreciate what his career. I don't think he really, what he's done over the last, he's been gone, 6 years? 2019, I think, is when we traded him.
Yeah, 6 years.
So that in and of itself, I don't think in that time frame that he had the career that he really wanted, and that was to be a showcase number one wide receiver with accolades. Yeah, he's got 5 Pro Bowls, but and I know today's Pro Bowl sometimes it becomes a popularity contest more than it does what you do on the field. And he had some really good time in Dallas after he left us and went to Dallas. I know with us, Crabtree was his out. That gave him a lot more leeway, and it made him more proficient and more effective in our offense with Crabtree and Derek Carr. And
hey, welcome to the show, my girl. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, but I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the Pro Bowl back in our day, when we watched Pro Bowl, it actually meant something. They actually played the game. They actually meant something. Like, you can get a Pro Bowl player from a Super Bowl guy, like your team is going to the Super Bowl. These guys will play in the Pro Bowl. They will play in it because actually then it meant something. Now it's more like a showcase entertainment value. It's not really that flag football. What is that? No, why are we doing this? But I think Cooper decided to come back here to make himself look better because how he left wasn't his fault. He got traded. That wasn't his fault. There's nothing he could do about that. But the things he said when we traded him was out of characteristic because Amari Cooper is not a person that talks a lot, but he did talk a lot when he left. I think he has an animosity towards that. I think he wanted to come back to not say apologize to the nation, but I'm back. Please accept me, because he probably wants to retire as a Raider.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's in his mind, but sometimes it appears that way. If you look at he could have got more, like you said, got more money from other players. Other teams, but he chose to come back here.
Yeah, and I think there's some other factors that went into his decision to retire. I think one, from a physical standpoint, he wasn't at the level that he wanted to be physically. And I'm talking about getting up the line, getting open, being able to run the routes, and the stamina portion of it that it takes to play his position. I don't think he had that anymore. I think he's lost that. And that really carries over from the offseason, from OTAs to training camp. Mind you, he had none of that. He came in after training camp, after we'd already finished. We brought him in thinking he was going to be a piece, just a piece, not a focal point. A lot of people were shouting out, "Oh, Amari Cooper." No. He is not. This is not the 2016 Amari Cooper, guys. This is 2025. That's 9 years later. The guy has changed. He's not a dependent.
I'll tell you one thing. To start the game against the New England Pathetics tomorrow, I probably would have started him just to start the game out. Not saying he's going to play all the downs, all the reps, but to start the game, I would start him just to get that flow to the game. Since he didn't play in the preseason, since he didn't go OTAs and do all that stuff, I'll put him in just to get, okay, this is what we're going to do. I would have started him. Not necessarily play the whole game, but I don't think he felt he was up to par. He didn't want to embarrass himself or whatever. I don't know, but it's saying that a couple of poor beat writers said that he didn't look like old Amari Cooper of 2016. Of course he don't. He's a little older. He's not going to look that way.
And some people don't grow in their career to take their game to a different step. More of a, how would I phrase this? There's been a lot of receivers that came out and athletically were just dominant from an athletic standpoint. But as time goes on, they learn to become more precise in their craft and develop their craft and become more efficient in the craft of it. Being able to get open just by reading the defense, getting all your pre-snap, being able to adjust as the play develops, being able to, because when Jerry Rice came to us, he was not the 1993 Jerry Rice when he came to us.
But he was productive.
But he adapted his craft.
Right.
Okay. And so he was able to adjust and make sure that when he did, he wasn't open by 2 or 3 steps anymore. He was open only by a half a step. Amari Cooper, I don't think, has ever developed that. Okay. And very few people do.
That's becoming a wily veteran. If you know that you're a step slower, then you figure out another way to get open. So that's what Rice did. Rice seemed like when he was playing for us, he was always open. But he's not a barn. He never was really a barn burner. He can get on field, but he said, "Well, you know what? I can't beat these young DBs downfield, but I tell you what I can do. I can run a route that they get lost in." And Mark Cooper didn't develop that during his course of time in the NFL. He played with good teams and decent quarterbacks. Good quarterback last year. And Dax Prescott, whoever, someone else there, when he got there, was somebody else there. but he had time to learn behind good teams, not going to a team that's at the bottom of the barrel. But yeah, he developed his skills, which he should have.
Yeah, it's develop. Yeah, the develop because as your speed starts to dwindle down, you got to be able to adapt to the different nuances of the game and to be productive. One, I was kind of glossing over. I was going over some of the key factors and the key points of what brought this to light. I think not only was it his fit from a physical standpoint, he realized in himself that he just couldn't do it at the level that he wanted to, but also the fact that I don't think the Raiders felt comfortable even though he was on the 53-man roster and he bumped a person and took that 53-man roster and we did it. And I know why Spytech did it. I don't blame Spytech for trying. Don't.
Exactly.
Because he knows that there's a deficiency at that level of our receiving core. He had to do something. And that Spytech had assessed it, had been assessing it when they went into training camp, when they started training camp, that was an option, but they were going to go ahead and see what kind of development they were going to get from Jack Besh and Dante Thornton. They're really happy with Dante Thornton. I think they're happy with Jack Besh. He's got a really good work ethic and he's doing everything that he's trying to do, but there's parts of the game that he is going to have to learn to be a better receiver. And because in college, he used a lot of his physical strength.
Yeah, man amongst boys.
In the pros, these cornerbacks are just as strong as you. So you're going to have to learn how to develop that. When are you going to drop that left foot and turn? Is it going to be at the top of the route? Is it going to be at the mediocre part of the route? And because you're going to have to get off of this guy. And Dante Thornton, one of the things Eric Allen pointed out in the first preseason game with Dante Thornton was he was taking the contact to the cornerback. Cornerback's 4 yards off the ball. Don't go at him and continue driving at him. You want to get that first 2 or 3 steps in, see where his back foot is, and then make your decision if I'm going to take it up the field or if I'm going to cut inside.
Well, see, Thornton also, because his knock was he's not a physical wide receiver. So we probably try to figure I am a physical wide receiver. But you're not you might be physical, you're big, you're strong, but you're a speed wide receiver. You need to get away from these cornerbacks. You need to go cut things. But going back to Besh, I think they're grooming him not to put a lot of pressure on him. Because one thing is that the worst thing you do from a player coming out of college who was a superstar in college, the worst thing you do is put him out there on an NFL game, first game, NFL season, not preseason, none of that stuff. The first thing you do is go out there and he drops 3 passes or he doesn't make any catches. You mess with his confidence.
Yep.
Some players can adjust to their confidence level. Like damn it, I missed this catch, but next time I'm catching this ball. Some players they miss that ball. They're like, and it's not their mind. They try too hard and make mistakes, or they don't try hard enough and be useless. So I think they're grooming him to go ahead and learn the craft.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jacoby Myers is still there. And speaking of Jacoby Myers, he said he don't retread now.
He doesn't want to leave the Raiders.
He never did.
He doesn't want to leave the Raiders. He just wants to get paid. And I know that there's been good contract talks. There's been some ground, but I don't know which side of that contract negotiations is stalling it. Is it the Raiders that are like, hey, we're gonna pump back a little bit and see what we can going forward? Or do we really? Me personally, if I was the Raiders and he come to me and said, "Hey, can you pay me 21 to 23 mil over the next 3 years and guarantee the next 2 contracts, or extend me 2 years on top of this year, give me 10 million this year to put me at 20 million total for this year, and then 21, 23 the following 2 with maybe a couple escalators. How about we do that?" And if I was the Raiders, being the type of teammate, the type of leader that he is, and how he prepares and works at his craft, I would do it. Because now, if we go into the draft later on down the road, and we all of a sudden we got this top-notch wide receiver sitting on our lap on the draft board, and we're like, okay, we can take him. He's going to be our number one, and we're going to pay him rookie wages. But we got Jacoby Myers that is going to be, if you look at every star wide receiver that's ever played in the NFL, that I'll call him Batman, okay? Every Batman had a Robin on the other side of the field.
Not every Batman, because there's the Dark Knight, you ain't no Robin. But I see your point.
But that's what Jacoby Myers is going to be, Robin. He's going to be effective. He's going to help you get the job done.
Right. He's effective. He's efficient. He's a clutch receiver. I think that they want to see what they have in Jacoby Myers playing under Geno Smith. I think that if he's productive, he gets those catches, everything, they might extend him later in the season. Because he wants to stay. He already said that a few times. Anyway, so G-Bar was saying if our receivers get beat throughout the game, then Pete Carroll has lost it because he had too much to take care of that. No excuses. No excuses on the O-line is at 6th overall pick. Yeah, well, yeah, I see a point on that. And it's not necessarily all on Pete Carroll, the D-backs, although he is a D-back he's a D-back coach. It's up to the players themselves. People look at the starting lineup. They had no hopes for Stokes. Why? I don't know why. His problem was he couldn't stay healthy. Other than that, he was fine. Mm-hmm. Now they moved Kyle Blue Kelly in starting lineup and the latest depth chart. And they got what's his name? Porter behind him. The Cameron's behind Stokes. I feel the D-back room will be okay as long as the defensive line can do what they have to do. Put pressure on them, make sure they don't run. The linebackers, especially. The D-backs will be fine because you can have a halfway decent D-back room, but if you have a freaking dominating defensive line, you don't need to worry about those D-backs because the quarterback have time to throw. If you watch that game, I watched that game now with the Chargers did with Mahomes. They was pressuring him so much that he couldn't get the ball out. Although they had good D-backs there in the Chargers, but still.
Right. So, yeah, that's my take on. And judging by Chip Kelly's press conference the other day, I think they were having trouble figuring out if they were going to have something for Amari going into the season. That I don't think it was working. I just don't. I think I know he made the decision, but I think it's pretty mutual. It's like we're probably better off going with the younger guys than trying to rehabilitate a veteran like this. And
let's say, since you were saying nobody else wants Jacoby for what he wants, that's why he's still on the team, and that's obviously he's a third. No, he's not. He's actually number two.
He's a two.
And then plus that, made the Raiders did reach other teams that they want to trade for Jacoby. They said, "No, it ain't worth that. We'll keep him." Why would we trade away our last year's clutch receiver? Man didn't drop no passes. I can see if he dropped passes, but why would we trade him away? That makes no sense. What are we going to trade him for? I mean, it's only two players I would trade him for. That would have been Michael Parsons and Henderson. That's it. There's no receivers out there trading for, not one. Because now, since Amari Cooper is planning on retiring, we're down to 4 receivers. That's why they put Shorter back on the active roster and re-signed Philip Dorsett. So, that's the reason behind all the madness. That's it. We're not. Yeah, there's my boy. Fight on.
What's up, Mario?
USC. My team. Anyway, I'm talking about this. Not college football talk. It's rare talk. But anyway. So Bishop said 32-0. Bishop, I like those scores because I think I forgot who said somebody said 145-3. The final score, like that's not what happened. But I expect a good game tomorrow.
Yeah,
I expect a tight game because the first games are usually tight games. They're usually like tight,
Usually they're kind of sloppy at the beginning too, because a lot of teams
true.
now they don't participate in the preseason. They don't iron out all the kinks in preseason like they used to. And now it's even we had a head coach here recently. I'm not going to name names. He actually came out and said, I like to use the first game as like kind of like a preseason game, as like kind of get us ready. And like, dude, the Bullets are live, man. Let's go.
We're going to go back in history because our history is the last few years were pretty horrific. But we can learn from that.
But I'm not going to name names. But
go ahead, Jason. I'll give you permission, man. As the head of the HR department, I'll allow you to say his name.
I don't know if I can. JMD, I guess. I'll just use his initials.
That's allowed.
I have a hard time dealing with that, man. I have a hard time with it.
Jack Kenna, shut up. Chris4 USC, yeah, I'm a USC fan. You're a Notre Dame fan. I guess they lost their first game of the season, but it's a tough game. So anyway, bye. I know. Why we believe that Carroll will get this team going? Why we believe this will get this team going? Carroll was the Jets head coach. They were pretty bad. But that's not Pete Carroll's fault. That's just organization. Pete Carroll went to New England, to the Super Bowl, lost. Pete Carroll then went to college, took USC at the first year to national championship and big bowl games. Turned that team around. Pete Carroll didn't left the USC for some kind of thing that was going on there. Don't know, not going to get to that. Went to Seattle. Turned the mediocre team into Super Bowl champion, 1-1. They should have won the second, but they didn't. So, if you look at Pete Carroll's philosophy, he has a way to turn programs around. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're looking for. I'm not going to say Pete Carroll's going to go this year to a Super Bowl this year, but it'd be nice if he did. Score predictions? No, not yet, Jack, but we'll get to that. But like I said, I'm not going to say he's going to turn the team around to a 12-5 team. Nice if he did. Mm-hmm. But what he will do is make them play like winners and not just mediocre teams. Because so long we had coaches, not counting the last coach we had. I'm not going to trash talk Mr. Red Jersey wearing AP. But the coach we had the last before that, it was not all about the team. It was not about the shield that you see in the back of me and Jason's building. It was all about his pride, how he looked. Do you agree with that, Jason?
He was overwhelmed. It was too much for him. It was too much for him.
No, because he was a head coach before, so he's a coach at Denver Broncos.
Oh, I thought you're talking about Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, I ain't talking about AP. AP was overwhelmed. I'm not getting him because
same with Josh McDaniels. I think he's overwhelmed being a head coach. I think it's too much for him.
He was a head coach before.
And same results.
No, they could have, but Aldez went a different direction. He wanted to be in a picture way, but that's another topic.
Norv Turner was a phenomenal offensive coordinator, Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. Being a head coach was too much for him. It was way too much. He couldn't. It wasn't that he couldn't handle it; he didn't know how to handle it. Was the problem?
Well, most coaches worked their way up through the ranks. AP did. You go from linebacker coach, you go to assistant defensive coordinator, then you go to a defensive coordinator, then you go to head coach. He went straight from linebacker coach straight to the head coach. I don't want to talk about AP, but he went from that. That's a big jump. That's like you you work in the office building, man. You come in there as the intern. The next thing you know, 2 years later, you're a CEO. Well, how did you jump that far? Because everybody like you.
But it does happen. There have been people that have jumped the coordinator spot, went straight to head coach, and have been successful.
But he wasn't a coordinator. That's what I was saying. He was a linebacker coach. Coordinators, linebacker coach are different things. When you're a coach of a certain group, that's what you're a coach of. He wasn't even assistant defensive coordinator. He was working with just linebackers and linebackers only, not the whole defense.
Right.
So I was saying some guys can do that. It takes a special person to do that. John Madden did it. But I was back.
Jim Harbaugh went from special teams coordinator with Philadelphia straight to the head coach in Baltimore.
You said the key word: coordinator.
Special teams.
It might be a title, but it's a coordinator. That means you're working with the whole group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a thing. You work with the whole group. It's a different thing than working with just one specific part of the group.
Mm-hmm. And I get your point there. That as a special teams quarter, that's why somebody brought up the Raiders should have hired Rich Bisaccia when we had a chance to hire him.
Yeah,
I don't really disagree with that because I truly felt that was the same state. That was the same stage that was presented to AP. Is he took the interim portion of it, really successful, but a lot of the success is fool's gold. And if you go back and you look at that season and win every game, we had to win every game. Plus, we had to get help to get into the playoffs, right? He went 7-5, did a great job. Love it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
But a lot of those doors aligned for him to where he didn't have to do it because some of those teams that we were playing were beat up. We were playing a lot of shakier teams, not your high caliber teams per se, and they were beat up. So we kind of had, like for example, the Browns game when we played the Browns. I mean, we had to take them to a field goal to win at the end of the game, but they didn't have any. 90% of their team was on IR, that year. So it just everything kind of has to align, as well to be successful. A little bit of luck. It takes a little bit of luck. Let's be honest with ourselves. It takes a little bit of luck, game in and game out, to win. Because the difference between a 4-12 team and a 5-12 and a 12-5 team sometimes could just be a matter of a couple players, and that's it, and a coach. Coaching has a lot to do with it.
All right, this a quick public service announcement. Hey, I'm Chris4Raiders. My co-host over here is Jason Downs. Please visit Jason Downs' YouTube account. He'll put it in the chat in a minute. He put it early, but he'll put it again. I know he will. Please visit my channel at Chris4Raiders. Hit the like, subscribe button, hit the notification button. Help us out. Jason's new. He's getting started. You see my ugly face since February, so I'm trying to come up. Once I get to 500, guarantee a special giveaway to those who participate. I'm at not about 100 some away. So help me out. Tell your friend, or tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell more friends, and so on. Metal commercial, and so on, and so on, and so on. Help me
like
out.
A house of mirrors.
Yeah, help me out there. So that's a quick. So Jeff is right now making his way back to where he's going to the Blackout Party later on tonight. We'll probably have that live.
Blake's Tavern. I believe they are that party will start at 2:00 Pacific, 5:00 Eastern time. I don't know when he's going to go live. I'm sure me and Chris are going to take a break here soon, so we can get some food. And
Nature guy, what's up? Salute, brother.
Take care of nature's business. Mario, thanks for joining us, man. Jack Kenna, Bueno, I haven't forgot you, bro.
Oh,
Bishop, Dr. AJ, Brihat, thanks for coming in. Guys got good takes, man. Bring those questions. We're gonna be live I'm estimating. I don't know about you, but I'm estimating at least 3.5 hours later on.
What time is it now? It's
It's 1:03 p.m.
So about 4.
I'm not sure if we're using this. Are we using the same studio? Are we gonna end this studio, or do we just want to?
Oh, we got that one set up, so we can do that one. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'll get it working.
Okay. We'll just need to change the time on that one so everybody can
get
the alerts. Detroit God, what's up, brother?
Yeah,
nice to see you, man.
Yeah, we got covered. Don't worry about that. So I'll say about 4 p.m. Pacific time, or you want that 4:30? It's gonna be about 5 o'clock.
Well, it's gonna be 5 o'clock Eastern time is when they start.
Oh, it's Eastern time, so that's 3 o'clock our time.
So it's
2 o'clock our time.
2 o'clock our time. So 2:30, 3 o'clock ish. I don't know. Why don't unsub me, fool? Get out of here.
He unsubbed everybody, man.
I'm like the last friend you got, and you're going to do that?
Right now, I'm on gestation. I'm going to block him right now.
Yeah. You're going to be put in a penalty box.
I will block you for 30 seconds, Bueno. And get on my station and give them views. Get off. Because like I said, your probation is supposed to end next weekend, but I might keep it going. I might push your probation until next year to draft.
Can we not talk about the draft? We got to get through this game first.
No, Bueno being on probation until next year's draft.
I would make it till Super Bowl 60. He can't come back in until Super Bowl 60.
If I'm still alive, then he's still. You know what? If I'm in my grave, Bueno's still on probation. I don't care. Yeah, it's a cool kid. I love our chat. Our chat is awesome, man. Our chat is awesome. You guys are great.
We got some good dudes, man.
We got some best dudes in the chat. That we talk Raider talk. They get good opinions. They get good takes, and they joke with us. I love the chat. I love our chat. Except for Jack Kennedy, man. Except for Jack Kennedy, he always spamming us. Yeah. I don't know what Jack Kennedy.
Hey, there's 21 people on the board right now watching.
Jack Kennedy tonight. Oh, hold on, I'm with Jason. Tonight, this is not a pull-up show today. Tonight, we're gonna invite certain people in to pull up with us for the nice Blackout party. So, Jack Kennedy, if you've been nice to me and go on my channel and give me a view, I might invite you.
Yeah, Jaw Raider. I told there's people already talking about tanking and all this and stuff. Let me just be quite honest to the Raider Nation. We're here to win, okay? And
what's up, salute, brother?
We're here to win. Let's win. Just win. That's all I want. Let's win. If we go 7-10, 8-9, 9-8, that's okay. I'm good with that. And to be honest with you, if we need a franchise, we can still get a franchise quarterback in the top 20. That's enough. I'm not going to say it no more. We will talk about it later on down the road, maybe in December or January or whatever. But let's get through New England. Let's beat New England. That's what I want. Let's beat New England. Okay?
What I want to see, 8-9, 9-8. I'll be happy, but won't satisfy. I say 10 wins. That's what I'm looking for, hoping for. I'm not saying they're gonna get that.
Yeah.
But I want to see games that we can finish out. Because a lot of games, last year we was up in the halftime. They come out and get our butts kicked in the second half. Let's not have that no more.
Third quarter is not going to be our Achilles anymore. Not with these coaches.
No.
There might be some mistakes. There might be some, push and pull that doesn't go our way. But you're not going to see us come out and go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And we're getting 3 and out. Our defense is going out getting a 3 and out for us, and we're just sitting there. It's like basically like two heavyweight champions in a boxing ring just going, nah, bullshit. Start throwing some punches.
I'm not homophobic, Jason, but that was pretty homophobic. But anyway.
Take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it's worth.
But like I said, the defense, they stop their team, they punt, and then they go to the sideline, sit down, have a little Gatorade or everything else, sit down and look at the tape that they had, these little pads, like the Microsoft thing. Sit looking what they did. By the time they run first play, all right, defense back on the field. I just sat down, barely drank my Gatorade, and barely looking at the tape. Now I go back on the field. That's how bad we were on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop, I like this guy Bishop, man. Make sure you subscribe to our channels, dude. Just watch because I like what you're saying. We have no offense. We have weapons. We have weapons on offense. We have a lot of weapons on offense, and typically we we'll use that all day long. And by the way, who's the quarterback? Who's the guys out? The cornerback for
Christian Gonzalez will be out with a hamstring. Will Campbell is going to be, I think he's listed as probable now. The rookie left tackle that they got. Not too worried about that. I know they're high on him. So he's going to be smashing with Kuntz quite a bit. Let's see if Kuntz can pick up the speed. I know a point was made during the Seahawks game with Kuntz. He didn't look like the Kuntz that he was, but the second and third game,
really good.
You saw the speed. And so Pete Carroll addressed that at his press conference this week, that he had a little apprehension, and it's to be expected. But now as he's gotten more hits and more reps and things like that, I think that apprehension that you have with that type of injury, that apprehension is starting to fall back a little bit. Now he can just cut it loose.
That's what I said early in the season when first game, when he looked kind of like not getting his step together, and me and Jeff had talked about that. I never had an injury like that in my life. No broken bones, knock on wood, no ACLs or anything like that. But I know people have that. Sometimes when you get that kind of injury, you get healed. In the back of your mind, subconsciously, is there. Like, what if I take the wrong step and I'm out? Coach's whole idea, I want to play this season. Because remember, Coach was offered them some money, a little bit more than the Raiders did. They said, no, I want to be a Raider. Now, going back to what we said earlier, a true Raider, Coach will be a true Raider if he stays with his team long enough. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he gets back to his form. He won't be the same as 2023, but at least he can get Max Crosby help. Let's see. Dave asked, "Hey Dave, welcome to the show. No more giving up double leads. No more give up leads. Period. If you lead in halftime, you should increase that, not just like, oh, we're up 13-10. We can just lay back. That's what we did last year. So anyway." So we're going to wrap this up, Jason. Some final thoughts. We're going to take a break. What time's it now? We said we're back on. You said about
we'll have to go into that. We'll have to go into that studio and set the time for 2:30.
I'll take care of that. I'll say 2:30. 2:30.
Here.
So I'll set time because I want you in the stream too early because you notorious for that.
Who? What? Me?
Yeah, in the stream.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
One time, and Jeff almost did it while he was out there. So I know what happens is I knew what happened was I went to exit studio, and then a screen pop up. Do you want to in stream? Like I was the primary. I just hit the X instead of hitting because it had yes or no. I didn't hit yes or no. I just hit the X and
we had our meeting. You're fine. It's not in the books.
It sounds like I got excuses, but not really.
No, it's not the record. I took it off. It's not in your record. We can talk about it, but it's not in your record. It's not in your permanent record.
Right. There's more to my record than
But anyway, so we're gonna do a stream, but we're not gonna have this format. We're gonna have the long format, the big format. I'm gonna change it because we'll get more people watching. Because a lot of people watch on their phones. We might not have our faces on there. We might just when Jeff go live, we have him on there.
Yeah,
this is my phone. But anyway, you guys, sorry, Mario. I probably won't because asked me to do a live stream. I probably won't do a live stream because this is the first Raider game. I think I'm gonna sit back and watch and analyze the first game. But Monday night, when we play Chargers, there will be a live stream. So I apologize to you, Mario. I told you I'll let you know, and I'm letting you know right now if you're still on. I'm gonna not doing live stream tomorrow because the game is like too important.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I prefer to watch the game, and then also I like to listen to the Raiders radio network while I'm watching the game. And kind of like why I don't go to Super Bowl parties is because there's too many distractions. And it's like before you know it, it's like, what was that play? What was that play? I missed that play. I'm like, pay attention to the damn game.
Mario, go to my IG account. You see you a USC fan. I might do a show. Not my latest year, do a USC thing, but my IG account is Chris4Raiders. It's easy. Same thing.
While we're on here, I actually have a really cool poster that I've had.
That's my poster. Wait, you gonna send it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna send that to me.
You want it?
You said you'll give it to me.
Well, you want it?
Yes.
How you gonna get it?
You gonna get your car and drive down and then drop it off, and then while you're here,
if I have
wait. I'm gonna tell you the stipulation of the rules. You gonna get in your car. You gonna bring your wife down. Be my wife. They go swim. Well, you got pool too, so you know how it is. Come down. We have a barbecue. I'll barbecue a whole pig.
Oh, good Lord!
You do it if you tell me coming out. If you come out Saturday, I'll start smoking that some bitch, man. Thursday night.
Whole hog, man. You can't beat that.
Well, it won't be a whole hog, but it'd be like one of those piglets, man. They're smoking, top it up.
Yeah, it's still good stuff. Oh, here's another one. This is just so we know. This poster is very sentimental. My dad bought it for me when I was 6 years old at an auto parts store that doesn't exist no more, and he paid 65 cents for this poster. I wish it was in pristine condition because if it was, it'd be worth $150 right now. But this one right here, this poster is very sentimental to me.
Oh no! Don't send that to me because I don't want you. No, I don't want that.
Oh, the picture frame. I went and bought my wife got mad at me because I bought a $60 picture frame for it.
Hey, wait a minute, hold up. What are wives good for? Get mad at you.
Complaining. You know what? The thing of it is, I paid $60 for this picture frame, but if I had a $5 coupon, she wouldn't be mad because I used a coupon. I could spend $500 I could spend $500 on automotive parts, but if I use that $10 coupon,
what chat can't talk about? I want the invite. I will drive JD. Oh, to my house for the pig. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. You have to drive down. You have to drive down to Modesto, and then you have to ride in the back too.
And you have to drive away to California City in the middle of the desert. It was windy right now, but yeah,
it's only about. I think it's like 240 miles from here.
I think it's like a 2 hours some change. That's like
about 4.5 hours.
No, 240 miles. No, so wait. Were you driving the Volkswagen Beetle? What do you mean?
I ain't driving no 120 miles an hour. All right, Bueno, Mario, Jack Kenna, thank you guys. Frank Weber, thank you guys for this live stream.
You guys for joining us tonight.
Keep your eyes on it.
We're back in we're gonna set the 45 minutes. I'm gonna set the studio up. It's gonna be live with the Blackout Party with Jeff. The format's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna change the format to the phone so everybody can watch it.
Yep.
You guys not put anything up. Jason Downs. It's always not a pleasure to do any shows with you. I'm just kidding. Dude, it's always. All right,
so I'm gonna take the rest of the day off then, I guess.
You put your time in yet, so you gotta work. No, Jason, it's always a pleasure doing a show with you, brother. I love your knowledge. I love everything about you. You know. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us for the Last Call podcast with the Al Davis Memorial. I wish we got a better picture, but we will see it again.
Mm-hmm.
anything you want to say before we end?
Thank you guys, and should be about an hour. We'll be back in about an hour on a different studio. Get your friends in here because this is where we're gonna do it. I'm praying that our boy Jeff can get us some really good guests to come on, and we can get your guys' questions out to them and interact with them, and so hopefully it's going to be really cool. But if not, you get a look at me, Jelly Roll, I guess, if you want to, whatever Bueno calls me today. Tomorrow he'd probably call me something else.
Oh, Bueno got nicknames for all of us, man. That's what he is. Okay,
he's got a cool refrigerator.
I'm gonna send this out. I'm in the stream, guys. You guys ready? You guys take care. I'll see you in an hour or some change.
Raiders. As Charles Woodson would say, Raiders. Yeah.